So
Yeah, I am able to see it now.
okay. So basically, what we have done, guys, is we have created a brand new page for focused on only founders. We are going to create a similar page for corporate executives, also for recruiters separately. But we have started with founders, and the services we are offering for founders is, generate revenue for $300, raise capital, and build team, all for the same $300. Here we identify customers through LinkedIn. Here, potential investors through LinkedIn. Here, potential candidates through LinkedIn. You guys know this really well. I don't want to just, earlier we just called it, lead gen or social selling or whatever. Now we are just calling it by the actual thing that they do. Here we are selling, here we are raising money, here we are, building team. That's, it's the same from our point of view. The work itself is exactly the same, but from a client's point of view, they are getting three different outcomes. Is this clear to everybody? The first three services that we are giving it to our client. Any questions? It should be really clear. This is what we've been doing for nearly 3 years. So I don't expect anybody to have a question, but this is
actually it's clear because as you work, you're supposed to know what what services you're offering to the client.
Yeah, cool. Any okay, so this is the first three services. I'm sure it's pretty straightforward and thing. Then I added three new services, which is actually not really new. It's the same thing, brand and network. I'm calling it as individual thought leadership. And I'm also calling company thought leadership. Earlier, if you remember, we had company thought leadership for $600, but now I have reduced that to $300 because pretty much, we are doing the same thing on both sides, So individual thought leadership, personal page makeover, 10 content from trusted sources, 10 content from original sources, connect with 500 potential stakeholders. Very, very simple, right? Similarly, company thought leadership is company page makeover, post 10 content from trusted sources on the company page. Again, 10 content from original sources, connect with 500 potential. So you see, this is where the small difference is. We are going to connect with the same 500 potential stakeholders using the person's, LinkedIn, and we are going to invite 250 to follow the company page. I hope you're able to, see the difference here. Yeah. And then we have added a third one called building and moderating communities, right? This is basically, how to ask questions, build bots. Not everybody can do this, but some of you are able to do it. So I've introduced this as a service, how to build and moderate communities, just like our community is there in Telegram. Anybody can ask a question. You have to keep asking other people to join the community, etc., etc., etc.
What I wanted to ask is about our personal page, LinkedIn page and Facebook page. If we could be active posting on our page and everything, it will be easy. Because I'm saying now, you may find a post like 3 days ago or 4 days ago. Supposed to be posting consistently. So I don't know what to do in those.
On your personal page, yeah. I mean, look, it's a place where you can actually practice, right? So yeah, please continue to post on your personal page.
No, not our personal page. The StepUpOne page.
Okay,
on
yeah.
Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, I think we need to do that. Paul and Susan are handling that. But there has been a little bit of a, there has been a bit of a slowness over there. Yeah, so Paul, Susan, try to at least put one post a week, on all our channels, whatever it is. There is always easy to find, top posts from trusted content, and then keep pushing it over there. So these six things are really easy. But what I have done is, I don't know whether you guys have seen this one. People can choose any 2 services for a 20% discount, any 3 services or any 4 services or any 5 services. So basically what this means is somebody can actually, say I want all the services. I want to generate revenue. I want to raise capital. I want to do this. So they can take all services for 975, or they can say, I want, the posting as well as lead generation, which is what I think many people would want to take for 480. Are you able to understand that, right? So, in fact, what I'm thinking, yeah. Is this making sense? When you combine 2, combine 3, combine 4, combine 5, same client, same account, okay, we are able to do a lot more discounted thing. Is this becoming clear, this one?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We're supposed to give them clients so they could be happy.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of things that we need to work out here, but I just want you to have a quick look at it so that you understand this deeply. Right. The other thing that, yes, Jackson, you want to say something, Jackson?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Nisa. I would love to say something. Recently, I had a potential client who was in fact, he was interested in our services. He was saying somebody may we may handle his LinkedIn and other social media outreach for him. But he went further by asking about the bill. So, which bill can I exactly send? Can I send the third message that touches the bill parts, or?
Yeah, I mean, you can send them the link to this. Basically, this page, should be so self-explanatory that people should be able to, think about the whole idea. The previous page that we had was, I don't know whether you guys remember, the first time when we had a page. Does everybody remember the first, the first type of page we had, the e-commerce page we had? Does anybody remember? It's not this. I hope you guys remember. Like, this is the second one, right? Yeah, just coming up, just give it a minute. So this is the new one. What I've been showing you is a brand new one. This is the new one, right? Where, so the second one is this. Do you remember the first one? Anybody? Do anybody remember how we had this e-commerce page, or the place where clients can hire us? How did we have that page? Anybody remember?
I think the first page was similar to this, but was hyperscale, lead generation, network branding.
No, it was not similar to this. This is a second version. The first version was very, very different. Nobody remember how our web page was, the first version? I think it's not possible to go back. But none of you remember how it was before? Do everybody just remember it like this? Are you sure? Nobody remember.
Hey,
Yes.
you mean the first version of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't actually remember, but I know we actually had only one payment system where you would hire, an individual, a refugee graduate, and then you'd pay $200.
It was $100 actually.
The initial one was $100, and then we went to $200. Then from $200, we now went to, that's when we divided now, marketing and social selling.
Yeah.
So
I
there
think
are quite some versions in between there.
Yeah, I think the first version of how we had it was just a list of all people's photographs,
Yes.
and people can hire an individual directly. That's the way we have done it. We have not done it through. So there was all the photographs of people. I think you guys have forgotten it so quickly. So from the individual photographs of people that people can hire, we moved to just services. But these names, right, hyperscale, generate leads, these names were very confusing for a lot of our clients. They didn't understand these things. So that's why we have gone to, something which they can understand very, very clearly. Even this is not good, but this is a good first version, right? Because people don't understand what is hyperscale and what is this, but everybody understand what does generate revenue or raise capital or build team mean. There is nobody who's sort of surprised, or they know everything what we're saying here. Sorry, what are you saying, Jackson? Please, can you share the new bill structure? What is that new bill structure?
Yes, what I'm meaning exactly, this new method that we are using for hiring.
Yeah, so this is the new one, right? Can you not see? So
yes, I can see, but I'm meaning like you can share the link with us.
Yes, I've shared it in the chat. Just it's there in
Okay,
the chat.
thank you.
At 10:48. Yeah.
So, Mr. Anis, my other question is, sometime back, my potential client, booked a meeting with you. It's called Jackie F. Kelly. I don't know how far you have gone with him. Is he fruitful, or because the last time I asked how far is the conversation with you, he told me that you have had 2 successful conversations and then you are looking forward to having another one.
What's this guy's
I don't
name?
know if it's called Jackie F. Kelly.
I'm not able to remember these people's names actually.
Jackie. It is Jake F. then Kelly.
Let's see. Can you just send his LinkedIn URL or something like that? I'll take a look at it. JAC. Oh, this lady, is it? Jackie. JACKY, yeah? Send me his LinkedIn URL. I'll take a look at it. Okay. Any other questions on this? I want to show you a bunch of things, but just on this one, I really want to tell you something more. Every client so far, we have introduced the idea of an email campaign. Okay. In fact, I really think email campaign should be like a separate thing. So deliver on your core priorities, raise the bar with thought leadership and communities, and maybe email campaign should be a separate thing, because I'm getting so much of traction for the email campaign. Have you anybody who's seen the email campaign traction want to comment about it? Like, it's quite powerful. Oh yeah, this person. Yes, I've met with this guy a couple of times. So Jackson, I don't think this guy will ever become a client. He's more of he wants to collaborate with us, etc., etc. So yeah, I have indeed met with this guy at least 2 times so far. I wouldn't say he's a time waster. He's a very solid personality, but he's not going to become our client. Make sense? Okay, cool. Okay.
Anis, I wanted to ask you about my client. Last time we were trying to set up a meeting with him in Giza, and he seemed to be busy trying to follow up with the businesses. So I don't know what he was doing there in Egypt. So sometime he set up a meeting and he failed to come up. I don't know if you can talk to him. He's called Mohammed Kamal from Animation Studio.
Yeah, I remember that guy. He never turned up for his meeting. So you can chase him up and ask him to set up a meeting with one of the pitching teams.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because he said last time I'm busy, so I didn't contact him back again, but I'm going to do that, try to talk to him back.
Yeah, but please don't set up a meeting with him with me. I don't want to meet with this guy. Please have one of the pitching team members meet with him first.
Yeah, I'll send him the Kiza link and
yeah, that's good. I just wanted to ask you guys, just want to spend 10-15 minutes on this. Please, can everybody come alive a little bit and give your feedback on this, right? Already there are too many things here. Okay, so there is 3 things here, then there is 3 more here, and there is 4 more here, right? So many pricing, and it might confuse the hell out of people. I'm trying to figure out how to introduce the idea of emailing into this. So what I did, I just added email as a add-on service. So instead of picking any 2 services, so instead of choose multiple services at a deep discount, right? So here, instead of choosing 2 services, they can choose 1 service and add an email campaign, right? Or choose 1 service and add twice the size of an email campaign. You guys, does what I'm saying making sense? I'm just wait for the screen to come and then it might make sense. I wanted your opinion in terms of it.
Can it be like we do email campaign like a separate service from instead of being attached to other services? That would be good. Because if a client choose 1 service and you want email too, you add up on his the other company services he has chosen.
Yeah, I know that's possible. So basically, it's same as generate revenue, right? So you can click on this. The client can do it only through LinkedIn or only through email. But the problem with email is if the client says email, we have to spend an additional $100 extra for the email platform. So how will we spend $100 extra when we have only $300 to collect? That is the biggest problem. So whenever we are committing to do email campaign, we have to spend $100 per client extra. That's why I added, $180 here. You might think it's a very small thing. So add email campaign to 500 stakeholders, for 480. So we got the $300 for the LinkedIn, and then we need to think about this. But does anybody, first of all, is this clear to people? Can somebody just explain the idea of email campaign, how it can be in addition to any other services? Is this clear to everybody? Who can try and explain this? Nobody? Just give it a shot.
Yes, yes, Anis. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
I was saying, like, if you add email, how much are we charging for email campaign? Then the amount we charging email campaign, you should add on the services you speak, either lead generation, any or the other thing.
Yeah. Yes, Chola, I don't think you've understood. Just Farah, can you explain what you've understood?
So yeah, what we simply mean here is that our previous lead generation that we were doing on LinkedIn, we were charging 300. So we are adding an email campaign on top of that, and we are charging $480 for the both the two services. So that is according to my understanding. So I just wanted to, okay, let me pause here, then I can ask my question next.
Yeah, that understanding is perfect. But what is this one? Pick any two services from the above 6. What does this mean to you?
Yeah, so for the 6 services that we offer, our client will pick 2 of them. So like he can pick lead generation and another surface like branding, and then he will get that discount. So coming to the next, I am getting add an email campaign to the 500 stakeholders. So that is literally what I was saying. We will do the lead generation on of which we were contacting 500 stakeholders on LinkedIn, and then plus an email campaign. So they can choose either 2 services or 1 service and an email campaign.
Fantastic. That's exactly what this whole thing means. Yes, Bahana.
No, thanks, Anissa. I think Farah has explained it very clearly, because I'm also very confused about this or, because if somebody is going to this page for the first time and he scrolls down and he sees this, multiple services that are deep discount. So I was just trying to think how one understand, because if you say pick any 2 services from the above 6 services, that's clear because the 2 services are, well stated above there. Or add email campaign to 500 stakeholders. How, I'm just trying to put myself into like shoes of the client. Where am I adding this email campaign to?
Yeah, yeah. Yes. I have to say, or choose 1 service and add 1 email campaign.
Yes.
Very good point, Bahana. Yeah. So it has to be or pick any 1 service and
add email campaign
to 500 stakeholders. So I have to pick any 1 service. Yeah, that's perfect, Bahana. Yeah. I have to add the word pick any 1 service and add an email campaign to 500. Okay, that's fine. But what is this? Add an email campaign to 1,000. Or email campaign to 2,000. Or email campaign to 3,000. What is that? What is this 500 becoming 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? What is your understanding of that?
That's to me or to
Yeah.
all of us?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay, let me go last.
What do you think? Why am I adding, what is this email campaign, 500, 1,000, 2,000? Are we saying I will send 1,000 emails, 2,000 emails, or 3,000 emails? How many emails will I be sending in a month? Anybody? What happened?
Yes,
Yes, Kisha?
I think in the first service, adding the email campaign to 500 stakeholders. I think this is sending five emails to sending one type of email to 500 prospects.
Yes. And then the second?
And the second is sending one email to 1,000 prospects, and the 2,000 prospects, one type of email.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's what. Do you think our clients will pay $975 to send one email to 3,000 stakeholders? Yes, Bahana. Now, before you come in, Bahana, I just want to post this question to Kisha. Don't you think $975 to send one email to 3,000 people is way too high? Or anything? If all we have to do is to send one email,
I don't know if I might have understood it right, because what I'm trying to understand is the last service is not only the email that is going to be sent, but it is combined with other services, and along which we still have to identify this email of the emails of 3,000 stakeholders, which is a work by itself, and then trying to do the sequencing. And then a convert, so the sequencing will help even to remind, don't know, a lot of stuff in between for this email campaign to be complete. So it's not only one email, a single email that is sent, but there is a sequence of email that will be sent for a reminder for them to come to a response.
Yeah.
And not only the email is done, but there are some other services, any other 5 services along with the email campaign.
Yeah, no, it's actually one service, Kisha. It's one service. Pick any one service and add an email campaign to 3,000 stakeholders, not 5. So he can pick any 5, email will not be added. Or he can pick any one and add the email campaign. Does that make sense, Kisha?
Yeah, I understand it now.
So one email campaign does not mean one email, okay? But we need to fix some amount. So we can basically say, in a week, sorry, in a month, sending, I would say 2 emails is good as a standard practice. So we can say 2 emails per month to these people, 2 very well designed emails, one following the other, is the maximum we will do per month. Yeah. So number of stakeholders is 500. Number of emails
Just to ask.
Yeah.
We have 3,000 stakeholders.
Yeah.
We are sending them emails.
Yeah.
And then if we send them 2 emails, is it we send them the first email, they have
Yeah.
not responded, and then
Yes.
we again send them another email. That's what you
Yes.
mean?
That's correct.
Okay.
If somebody has responded, we don't send them another mail. We take them to another level. You with me? If somebody
clear.
responded, we take them to a next level. And in the next level, we don't bother them with the first level emails. It's something that we need to really understand. This is a new and a huge, we are going to be paying $100 per month for this service. We have never done this in our entire life, right? We have never paid so much money to anybody. But this email campaign, for every client, we will be doing an email campaign. We have to pay $100 from our pocket. So it's a lot of money, for doing this. But it's getting real traction, So anybody that I speak to, just jump at it. Yes, Farah.
So, Anis, yeah, this is the point I wanted to ask a question from. So, taking an example of the first surface of which you said you're going to charge $480 per month for, I'm assuming that we are doing the client a lead generation on LinkedIn and an email campaign on top of that. So that literally means the $300 was for LinkedIn lead generation, and then because of the discount, we'll be charging $180 for the email campaign, of which $100 will be for Apollo, of which we are supposed to subscribe on behalf of our clients. So my question literally is $80 worth of the email campaign, of which we know it is so effective?
I know this is a good question, but basically, Farah, this $80 is not 80. It is the $80 which is going to allow us to keep hold of the remaining 300 as well. The reason I had put in this thing on top is so for example, if somebody has to only take email, we need to think about what should we do with them, right? The reason I had kept it so low is because we are safeguarding the 300 below. What is happening today is, when things are not working, people just literally, close everything, isn't it? So I have to take a balance between losing the below 300 or keeping the thing. So if I had kept it at $600 per month, which is really the right price, if you ask me, then not many people will sign up. So I just took the balance between 300 and 600 and put it in the middle. Make sense? I don't know. I mean, it might not make sense, but it is a problem. I have thought about this problem 1,000 times. We are only adding an extra 180. Of that 100, we have to pay to this thing, which means we only get 80, and $80 for a service that is really pretty solid. Is very low, extremely low. But if I ask the question in a reverse, can we do only email campaign for 500 stakeholders? Can we do only email campaign for 500 stakeholders for $180? No LinkedIn, okay? If a client asks, okay, I don't want LinkedIn, can you do only email campaign to 500 stakeholders for $180? What would be your answer?
I think that will be underpricing, so it will be low. Yeah, I think.
No, it's not. The answer is not that. Yes, it is underpriced. The answer is no. We can't. We can only do email campaign as an additional add-on to an existing campaign. You're with me?
Yes.
Okay, which is why even though the money is only 180, it makes sense for us. But what if, the bigger question is, so if it is not 180, how much is this? to do only email campaign of 500 stakeholders.
But what if we have a client that only need an email campaign? It doesn't need any other services, but only email.
Yeah, that's a question I'm also asking everybody. What do you think should be the price of a only email campaign to 500 stakeholders?
Okay, like actually, like we know, you have to pay 100 shilling, $100 for to run the software for email, and if you like 180, that means your earning will be only $80, and then 100 shilling, $100 goes back to the software. So I think it's low, maybe something like 200.
Yeah, no, 180 is not an answer, and we can never do that with 180. Maybe I'm just thinking, in keeping in terms with our tradition of $300, maybe we can do it at $300, maybe. And the only reason why I'm thinking 300 is 100 will go out, in the thing. The actual work that we have to do is hardly anything. Is literally, very little to run these email campaigns, right? I mean, currently we are not yet experts, and therefore I feel that way. Maybe once we become experts, we can create magic with email campaigns. But right now it is simply, write one email, press one button, and then sit and watch. Nothing else is there to do. The hardest, not even hardest, the only thing that we need to do is to design the email. That's all. And 99% of the time, that email is fully designed by our client. This is slightly, and as much as possible, never ever talk about the platform that we are using to do this with our client. Do not share the name of the platform. Do not share anything. We want to keep control of that. Is that clear to everybody? Like, why we don't want to share the name of, like, when we are doing thing with LinkedIn, right? We always tell LinkedIn, we ask their permission, we take their LinkedIn credentials, we log in into the LinkedIn, we ask them to purchase a sales navigator, correct? But in this case, we don't need anything.
Yeah, sure. If we tell them, they might go and purchase the software themselves and then run the things.
Yeah, that is a bad strategy, isn't it? I mean, like, if you're so worried about, something like that, where the value addition that we bring to the table is so less, then as a service that might not be with us for a long time, isn't it? So we have to figure out a way to add lots of value. Why people come to us for LinkedIn? Because we actually add a lot of value. We do a lot of work every day. That's why people, but when, for the email campaign, it's just, exactly 15 clicks per month. You have to click 15 times at the right place, right? 10 clicks to collect the email, 1 click to start the campaign. Any thoughts, ideas? So which is why, I'm trying to keep the pricing extremely competitive, at least at the lowest level. See, the good news is, when you're running an email campaign and is succeeding, to move from 480 to 675, from 675 to 840, to 840 to 975, we don't have to spend a single penny. We don't need to spend even 1 penny for that. Are you guys
Sure,
me?
prices are good there.
Yes.
But the problem is, the problem is, will the client move from 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000 to, he will only move when there is results, isn't it? Or he might say, oh no, no need of moving it, I'm happy to just keep it at 500.
Yeah. So I think, Anis, I got your point of actually not exposing the effort that we are putting using the Apollo. So my question is, and our policy is all about transparency, and we have everything public in our website. So my question will be, how are we gonna go about when our clients ask us and they don't like 100% do what we use for the email to send the emails? So yeah, that my question is, what would be the answer when the client asks me, which platform do you use for the email sending? Can we say we do it manually?
No,
Yeah.
we should never, we should never say we do it manually. We have to just say we have a platform provided by a company, right? It's called Apollo, and we use that. Basically, we have to say, so at the right, see, currently we are just purchasing multiple Apollo clients, etc., right? But when we become big and powerful, we can have one Apollo corporate account and have hundreds of people working on it. So you can just say, if you think about it, right, it is an extremely, you can be open, right? It's not like, but don't volunteer that information. If a client insists what you do, then you say we work with a StepUp.one account. StepUp.one has a platform called Apollo.ai, and we use that to deliver the email campaign at a hugely discounted price point.
Oh, perfect. I was trying to avoid the Apollo name. It's okay. Yeah,
it's okay to say that. I mean, I'm just saying, let's not volunteer it. It's okay to because that is going to be our core IP, and never ever you will give access to it. Never ever will you download their stuff and give it to them. Never. You understand?
Yes.
We hold on to their entire thing, and we operate it for them. Like, for example, Deng's client, right? She asked me if I could download all of the clients that we have done and give it to her. I said, no, I can't. Because it's very simple. After I give the clients to them, they don't need to come to me at all, right? They can just run their own Outlook and do the emailing themselves.
Yeah. They're no longer useful actually after doing that.
So we collect the clients, we keep the clients, we send the email, we only show the results. For them, the good thing about this emailing is they can actually see every one of the clients, right? They just have to go to their sent items in their Outlook and look at the 1,000 emails they've sent. So it is possible for them to do it, but it is a lot of hard work, right? So it's quite a huge amount of stuff that we can do, guys. It's just that, like yesterday, myself and Mohammed Hassan and a few other people, we were looking at a very interesting thing that we could do with the email campaign. There are so many interesting things we can do with the email campaign. So Mohammed was saying, we can actually do, cold calling. Right, and he's preparing a script to do cold calling of people. Not everybody can do that, but I'm pretty sure some of you can do it, right? So yesterday we sat together and we identified, can you see this one? So Farah, you've been collecting, these people, right? Accounting founders. There are 4,500 accounting founders, right? And agriculture founders, and so you've been collecting all these things, right? All these founders you've been collecting, okay, which is very good. And we are going to be running an email campaign to all of these people, correct? So what we decided, is Mohammed, what he'll do, he will collect 50 phone numbers, mobile phone numbers, and he will call them. So which 50 we will do is basically this one. so together, when accounting and agriculture, there are more than 5,000 people. Okay, out of these 5,000 people, only 100 has had a funding event of seed or venture or series A, B, C, D. Only 100 have a funding event. Can you see this?
Yes.
So we said, okay, that's good. Let's do one thing. Let's call these 100 people. Okay. And then we said, okay, how do we go about calling them? I think there is a, I don't know whether just give me 1 second. We had been able to pull out, 50 people's phone number. I'm just thinking there has to be, yeah, phone status. Yeah. Mobile valid. Okay, so we were able to find the phone numbers of 41 people. So the good or bad news that we have is we can only find the mobile phone numbers. So we have the phone numbers of all the 5,000 people, but the mobile phone numbers, we only have 41. As in, like, we sat together yesterday and we started, finding, for example, Nick Castro, Christopher Abidun, Patricia, Miami, and all these people. So we were able to find the mobile phone numbers of them. Then what we did, okay, let me take an example of this guy from Montana, Nick Castro. Okay. So we were able to find the phone number, as you can see here. This is the phone number, right? So this phone number is a landline. Can you see this 406? This one is a landline. You could possibly call this guy in his landline and try to, reach to Nick Castro, etc. But we were able to get his mobile number. Can you see here?
Yes.
Now, the beauty of what we did yesterday was we are simply able to click from the browser like this. Oh, it says I don't have a phone number, but I have set up a phone number already. I don't know what happened. Okay, we already have a phone number. Oh, I see. Is it because this one is not in US? We set up a phone number yesterday. Okay, let me just quickly see this. Give me 1 second. So what we are able to do yesterday was we are able to call these guys. It looks just maybe it is primary. Just call. Why is saying it's to no phone number? Okay, I'll have to deal with this one, but we did have a phone number. Just give me 1 second. We don't have a phone number. Oh. Muhammad, we set up a phone number, right? 209. Just give me 1 second. So 209. You can only have one phone number. This is really weird. It says we don't have a phone number, and then when I try to ask, it says you can only have one phone number. So we were able to, get these phone numbers. So as you can see here, we were able to, so this phone number was not there yesterday. So we have to request, that phone number, and then they give us this phone number. So what we do, we read about these guys a little bit before we call them. And then we click this number, the phone started ringing. And then you could actually talk, through this phone, from your browser. So you don't need a separate additional phone, additional expenses, nothing. Everything you can do through the browser. And then let's say this guy answered the phone. Then you basically say, call. Yeah, he was busy, or we connected. He's positive, and it's a prospecting call. And then you say what happened here in the notes. Does this make sense, or am I going too much? Just
Yeah, it's making sense, Anis. So my question is, how are we approaching them? Like, are we approaching them with who we are and that we want to collaborate with them? Yeah, like how are we approaching them after making the call? Maybe the person received the call.
Mohammed, you want to talk about it? I think Mohammed had a good idea yesterday. I think he's not there anymore. I saw him. So it's really, what do you guys think? How should we approach them? Anybody has a clue? So we call Yash. What should we tell him? Yeah, this is the phone number. Anybody? Oh, look at this. It's already ringing. Shit. Can you see? So you just have to click on this button and start ringing. You have to be really careful. You have to be really careful.
So you are calling from the Apollo, Anis? You're just calling from the Apollo?
Yeah, we're just calling from Apollo. That's it.
Okay.
So read a little bit about Richard. He's in tax. He's here. He's sitting over here. He's filing individual, etc., etc. Right? You got to be able to, and this call will go from a United States, California number. So they're not expecting to hear from a refugee camp. They're expecting to hear from somebody who's in California.
Wow.
But no, we don't have to say that we are calling from California. We just say, look, hey guys, my name is Farah Ibrahim. I'm a refugee from the Kakuma refugee camp, or the Dadaab refugee camp. I am representing a company called StepUpOne. I sent you a LinkedIn invite a couple of days ago. I'm not trying to sell anything to you. All I want you to do is just have a look at our website. We help thousands or hundreds of founders like you generate revenue, raise capital, blah blah blah. Let me know if you're interested. I can answer any questions you might have, but otherwise have a good day. That's it. It's literally that much, because I don't want to sell hardcore something, or nothing. Just say who you are, where you from, what you do, and then just have you sent an email to them, you connected with them on LinkedIn. You can do a lot of things with these guys, right? Look, you can research about them. You can go to their Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, blah blah blah, their website. You can do so many things on this guy, and then make a call. You with me?
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing, actually.
Yeah. So and you don't have to really sell something really hard, or honestly, you just need not do that. Actually, you just simply talk to 50 such people every day. You will be closing at least 1 or 2 deals a day. Because the good thing about what we do is, we really do not need to sell our idea to anybody. We just simply have to make them look at this website. That's it. If they look at this website, that's good enough. We don't want you to be convincing or smart or very persuasive. We don't need any of those things. We just say, look, we've been doing this. We've been trying to get in touch with you, but we couldn't. So I thought I'll just give you a quick buzz and check with you. That's it. The first thing they will ask is, how did you get my phone number?
Yes. Yeah, that will be the question actually.
That'll be the first thing. And this is the question people who are not, I get, so many calls like this. I never ask because I consider that as an impolite thing, right? But there are a lot of people who are not that polite. So they will ask you, they might even, be tough or whatever, but you don't have to, worry about all those things. You simply say, look, I was just, researching about you on LinkedIn. I found your phone number, from LinkedIn, and I thought I'll give you a call. That's it. I'll just give you a buzz. If you don't like us calling you, we'll remove you from our, database. That's it. So, but anyway, all this, we don't have to really do right now. Okay, so you get it, right? We get 50 people like this every month, and if this really works out, we can buy additional credits, right? So that's what I thought. But we could do this. Think of a situation where we do this for our clients. That's going to be game changing. If we could do this for our clients. But right now, let's do it for ourselves first, right? Get something and then go. Okay, so where were we, right? So in whatever we do, right, we do it for us first. It's really simple, right? So we've done that. I think Farah and team has been collecting these people. I guess we have almost 10,000 people already here. Farah, you can start your hunting again from today, because we'll get another 10,000 people, from today again, right? So
yes,
these accounting founders, agriculture founders, airline founders, all these founders are there. So I think you've finished accounting founders, I guess. So once you finish something, we can start the campaign on them. So for example, accounting founders, there is only 4,500 of them totally, right? And of these 4,500, I think we can start the campaign right now, right? My only thing is, like if you remember, Kisha talked about a sequence. So what should we tell these 4,500 accounting founders? They're all over the world, right? So they're all over the world. So out of this 4,500, there are must be at least 1,000 people in US, 2,000 people in the US, right? What should we tell these guys in the email? And we should be able to tell these guys something or the other. Every 2 weeks. So if you think about it, team, for LinkedIn, right, our strategy was really simple, right? LinkedIn strategy was quite simple. Message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? First message, call to action message, follow-up message, and book a meeting with me, right? How should we do this in email?
Yes, Anis, I think that's $1 million question. So my opinion, I think we should start. I think the first message is the most important one, because the first email is what makes the client to get somehow interest on us. So I think we will. I think we need just to do two things. We need to include two things in our first email. The first one is who we are, and the second one is what we do. So I know most of the companies, they focus on what they do, what they can actually bring to the table. Like for us, the core services that we do, that we bring to the table is very important. But for us, I think it's quite different as well, because who we are, I think is also very powerful. I actually, myself, I examined the conversion rate, or the response when the clients normally interact with what we do and our story. And what I realized is that 99% when we tell them who we are, they just start clapping for us, congratulating, and then we kill it with what we do. So in brief, I think we can start with that we are a social impact enterprise, skilling thousands of refugees into digital professionals and employing to deliver services. And then what we bring is to the table is that we deliver the thought leadership content, lead generation, and as well as building the team. So if we start with those two, start with our introduction, who we are, then with what we bring to the table, and we just ask the client for cooperation. I think that message will kill it. That is what I think could be the first email. The second email, I think, is how we do, like what we do. I think the second email will be somehow emphasizing what we do and how we do actually. Like how do we generate leads? How do we do that leadership content and all that? And the third message, I think that should be the last message, asking the clients one last time that we can add some value to them, and we should, and I think after the third email, we shouldn't bother the client anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Farah. I am looking for more ideas, because I am not going to stop with 3 emails. I want to do at least 12 emails in a year to a single person until that person says, don't stop sending me emails. So I really want to hear more ideas in terms of how can we send 12 emails over a period of 1 year to one client, okay, without making them feel, stupid, or, like without making us feel stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you, Anis, on your intention of not actually giving up on the client until they say no. But yeah, I was thinking, if I receive 5 emails from someone and I don't respond, that definitely for me is a no. So why bother to other emails? Like over the year, I also understand over the year, if you say for 12 months, like the length, it won't make the client feel that we are bombarding them with emails.
Because
but yeah,
we do not know which idea that we are going to say, or what stage in life that person is, how it's going to trigger the imagination. We do not know.
Okay.
Right. So unless somebody says this is not relevant for me, stop it, we keep giving them interesting information, never boring stuff. Never keep asking, the same thing again and again. Okay, we keep asking them, you see. I think, I'm thinking, first email is who we are, what we do, and how we could collaborate. Yeah. Yeah. How we could collaborate. Have a look at this thing. Should we say, should you have any Any questions? I think drop us an email or book a meeting. Should we add a book a meeting here or not?
I think it's somehow quite early for us to ask for an engagement.
Sorry?
Maybe. I think for the first, yeah, it may deliver results and we can get some engagement, but I'm thinking it may be quite early for like jumping on the clients and asking for an engagement. Can we maybe, yeah, that's what I'm
Just
thinking.
leave it at this, yeah. So we are blah, blah, blah. This is what we do. This is how you can collaborate. Have a look at how we, this thing, and they come to this website and that's it. The second email, I think, should not be this, Farah. This can be the third email, how we execute, right? The second email should be, some kind of a hardcore use case of a founder. Right? That should be the second email. What do you guys think?
So, Anis, so after sending the first email, we will have some client who opens up the message, our message. So is that, are those guys that we are sending for the second email, and we will also have those who have not opened? I think we need to think of those two scenarios when we are actually drafting the second email.
See,
for both of them.
Farah,
Yes.
yeah. So don't worry about that. I think, it doesn't matter who opened, who doesn't open. I think, we just have to make sure that, it's not bouncing or, it is not going to spam. If it is going to spam, no point in sending the second email to them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to master this, we don't know, but ideally the first email should be, who we are, what we do, how can we collaborate. The second email is, a good use case. And the third email is, how we deliver, how do we execute a thing.
Yes.
Lot of how questions, right? The fourth email could be another use case. The fifth is, see, you have to think like this, okay? Because you have to design these kind of emails for your clients. If a client is going to sign up with you, if a client is going to sign up with an email campaign for you, you should be able to design such a thing for your client. So what I'm doing right now for StepUp is exactly what you need to be doing for your clients. So pay attention. And if you have questions, just ask, right? And broadly, this is what is what I'm doing right now is a broad design, isn't it? It's not the perfect design. You with me, guys? And then we will keep thinking, so it's almost like how and example, how an example, right? That's what we are doing. Use case. So it's like, we're just going to be, so everything is like, one use case, one how, because you have so many products to explain. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think this is a good way to go about doing this. Let's, but anyone just before we, sort of, anybody has any other ideas on what could we say in email to our clients that might excite them? it's not easy. I know what you guys are thinking, but anyway, let's think through this. So this is how it will look. I've this is the subject I put. How many stories can we write together? But we can obviously change the subject. This is how it will look when the email is sent. But how it will look when it is designed. So I'm just right now designing those things just for ourselves. This is the sequence that I'm creating. So I was thinking, we send every, first day, 15th day, 30th day. So, every 15 days one. Something like this. So this is how the campaign would look like. And then we keep adding people, to this list. Same as, same as what we have been thinking. The other thing is, okay, we've got the thing, we've sent the email. If a client wants to book a meeting with us, how do we do that? So we are sending emails to thousands of people and some of them want to book a meeting. How do we book a meeting? Anybody? Any ideas? Should we add, a book a meeting? If you still have, if you're not sure what to do, you can either chat with us. This chat is there, right? Yeah. I hope Kisha and Farah, you guys are having an eye on this one. Let's see. So if I
Yes.
just click like this. Hi, I have a question. So Farah, did you get a?
Yeah, a pop-up. Yeah.
You got a pop-up? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. While you're doing it, I got a question. Isha, did you get a pop-up?
Yes, it has come.
It has come. Yeah, just be. We can add more and more people into this. Ideally, we don't have to. I think. No, actually, no. We cannot add more people to this. We can only add 2 more people. So you are able to reply, isn't it, Farah? To this. So one thing that they can do is, talk to you and you can supply them with a, I want to book a meeting. I have some questions. Right. So you can do that. The other one is some kind of a link that we can provide directly here.
So Anis, you can see my profile that I'm the person chatting with you, right?
Yeah, I can see your profile, your photo, everything.
Okay.
See, one thing we've been postponing is obviously meeting with StepUpOne. Organize event title. So location, can we say, will be shared organizer. Let's see, how does it work? Okay. Description, we just need to put some description. So okay, something simple like this. Okay. Now the problem is, oh, this is the problem. I'm not able to add, more people to this thing. So if I only give, Farah and Kisha, to this thing, then your calendars are connected. You see what is the problem, right?
So you can't add more pictures to the.
Yeah, we're not able to add more pictures to this one. So, we're not able to give one meeting link to others. Should we just, there has to be a way to add, because we. I don't know how to, solve this problem. But the thing that we can say is, please chat with our, team, and they'll be able to solve your questions, isn't it? That's the easy way to sort of finish it off.
So we share the booking link with them on the chat, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, just like yeah, you can share the booking link with them, when they're chatting with you.
And Anis, I think we need a big capacity than a bigger capacity than we have when we go for an email campaign. For example, I'm assuming if we send 1,000 emails, then we will have maybe 200 email replies from the client, and before even sharing the booking link with them, we need also to reply to them through an email, and we also need a lot more pictures than we have right now. So
yeah, I think one step at a time, Farah, so let's see what happens.
yes.
Start sending the emails, and let's see the the responses, and we will but this platform is quite powerful, and we can add a lot. We just that the money that they're asking for is extremely high. We can figure out some way, we can add more people to it. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that, but we can add more people to this.
Cool.
Right.
And the pitch deck that we have, does it reflect, have you already made a certain pitch that reflects this information? Because we are still using the previous one, and does not reflect what we've upgraded ourselves to.
Okay. can you, okay, which is the pitch deck that you guys use? It needs to be updated, guys. I think the pitch deck needs to be updated.
Yes.
I mean, it's the same thing, right? It just, we need to add, an extra one. But literally, when you guys come to that page of the pitch deck, I can just switch off to this this page, founders, right?
It's even more clear and more convincing, I
So
think.
clear, and it's clear.
we
It's super clear, actually. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
The faster, in fact, these days I start the meetings with this only.
I think we won't be needing to show them the pitch that we have. We can immediately take them to the page when we are demonstrating. I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you can show the pitch deck and everything, I do that, but I just come to the point very quickly. This is what we do. This is how we do. This is how, the price, people are like, really, wow, this is so quick, cool. And these are the people for whom you're working. And these are the pricing. It's so easy to, just pitch using this. It's literally, we are pitching using our website. There is no pitch deck separately.
Maybe a bit of a story, or there is no
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, I mean, the story is here. We are a social impact enterprise, blah, blah, blah. Immediately go there, yeah, the story, and then you can go here. It's quite powerful. I mean, the only thing that is missing over here is the email campaign. If the email campaign, I'm pretty sure you guys are seeing how our clients are reacting when I offer them to them. It's very, very, very powerful. Very powerful. It's just that I don't know how to, include it in such a way that it is not, very cumbersome. Right now, it is hiding below, but it should be something. Deliver on your core priorities, raise the bar with thought leadership and communities. Ideally, it should be something like, supercharge or charge up, or, amplify your campaigns with email. Right. And also, guys, one more thing you have to, I don't know whether you've understood the power of what we are dealing with, right? Once we have this for our client, we can tell our clients to stop subscribing for, so I remember, I think Muhammad Abdullah, he's here. So Muhammad, Shahid, right? I asked him to stop subscribing to, Sales Navigator, because we don't need Sales Navigator anymore. Right? Because why we don't need Sales Navigator? We come here, we search for the target audience. Okay. We search for the target audience just like we would search in Sales Navigator. Once we have searched over here, let's say, let me just show, let's say this is our target audience that we have identified for, let's say, one of your clients. Now, we can go from here to, so let's say Anna, whatever, right? This is the one that we need to talk to now. So all I have to do to talk to Anna is click here.
What is the one we are using now? And does it look like a Sales Navigator?
Yeah, so this is called apollo.io.
Okay,
this is the email campaign software that we need to buy for every one of our clients.
Okay.
Right. So once we have searched for the target audience, without any Sales Navigator, okay, I've not touched, the Sales Navigator. I'm still, in Apollo. What I'm able to do from here, I'm able to click. So the Anna is here. Anna's, LinkedIn is here. So right click, open in a new tab. Go here, and then, connect with Anna. So we can save $100 for our clients. Are you guys able to appreciate what we're able to do? So we can save $100 for our clients. Is that clear?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, just give me, we're still mastering this particular thing, but it's quite interesting. So Anna, we can talk to her on LinkedIn, which is what we do normally. We can do a lot more other things also. We can email her. We can find out if she's on Twitter or anything else, go like their company. There are so many things we can do around our client, so it's becoming very personalized. And very, it's quite good actually, if you ask me. But let's see, I don't want to, take this thing, but this is where we are. Shall I start the email campaign? I'm going to just believe that, Keisha and Farah, you guys can answer all the questions on the chat channel, as well as, maybe, get insight. So for example, guys, when I start sending these emails, okay, you don't need access to my email. For example, let's say Keisha and Farah and maybe a few more of you, start having access to the system. And this is an existing client, where 9 people have responded. Okay, so I'm just clicking on the 9 people. So these are the 9 responses. Can you guys see me? The email has been sent. They have seen the email and they have responded. Okay, you can see, right? This is, an indication of so these are all the 9 responses. So click on the first response. Okay, go down. Okay, this is obviously full on, newsletter. So this is what is a response. So this is the thing. And now if you want to respond to this, you should be able to do a response. Like, for example, click here. I don't know how to respond to this. Wait. I don't know. There is a way to actually, so at least you can see the response, the final response that has come from them. So what, you can inform your client, etc., etc. But there is also a way to respond to this. So right click. Okay, reply to the thread here. So you can reply and you can draft an email and you can send. Does that make sense?
So
you can even, have it.
This responses will be done on, is it on the same platform or on the HubSpot when it is linked to HubSpot?
No, it can be done. So it is automatically going to HubSpot as well. But this response has to be done on, Apollo.
Yeah, actually, it is doing reply on Apollo, because going back to HubSpot again, it will take the time. So just click there and then reply.
So in fact, there is also, a template. I've not created a template, but we could possibly create a template. And you click on the template, it automatically could fill you up. For example, like if somebody is asking for a meeting request, you can basically, have all the meeting, in one template. You can add BCC. Wow, this is really good, man. My signature is already there. You just have to write the thing. And that's it. And then send now. Wow. So you both, or anybody who's, handling this can track the email and send responses to everybody.
So our policy will be the same as that we used to do on LinkedIn. So we'll be just letting our clients know that they have response, so that they can also respond to the clients on the email, right?
Yeah, I mean, our policy should be, we will respond to any question that we already have a templatized answer. Is that okay?
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, and it's another question that I wanted to ask. Actually, I wanted to know, where can I know the number of credits that I used and the number of credits that remain for me? So I wanted to know actually.
So you go to the settings, top right hand camera.
Okay, settings.
And then go to plan, manage plan.
Okay.
So you have used 9,939 of 10,000 emails, and you have used 50 out of 50 available mobile phone number credits. And this is what we have not used. So we could have called like 1,000 people this month.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow.
Look at what they're saying. Dialing is a significant source of cost for Apollo. As such, we impose a very generous limit per billing cycle. You get 10 minutes of dialing per dollar spent without international dialing. So we could have spoken to for 1,000 minutes this month, but we did not. That's okay. Make sense? It's okay. I think, we'll, all of us are trying to figure this out. Let's do it together. Any questions before we close the call?